Right, so speaking of retirement, it's a good lead-in. Guy has been teaching in Williamsville a long time, and he joins us on the phone this morning.
He has been a music teacher for 57 years, and finally, he is calling it a career. We're honored to have Dr. Roy Clare join us before classes begin this morning at High Middle School. Dr. Clare, why did you feel that the time was right to finally retire?
It's a feeling. Former superintendent said to me at his retirement party, when the time comes, you'll know it's the time. And that is exactly right. I looked at it last year, but it wasn't right. And I looked at it toward the beginning of this school year, and I found that all the indicators were there. It's time to retire. So it's a feeling, and it's a very comfortable feeling.
Some people can't wait until they're 55 or 62 or 65 to retire. Can we ask your age?
Oh, I thought everybody knew that. I'm 90. 90.
90 years old. And interesting that you had an observation about the age of some of your very first middle school kids now.
Right. Those very first students would be turning 70 this year.
Wow.
I can't believe that, and they probably can't either.
Wow. So as a teacher, I feel like when everyone gets older, they're like, oh, man, kids these days, they're worse than the generation before. You've actually seen that. Is that true, or are they just...
That is not true. And in my opinion, it's not true. Children are still children. They come with bigger backgrounds today, and by that I mean the technology to which they are exposed. However, I use a lot of technology as a tool in my classroom. I do not say this is the end all, but it's a wonderful tool. But when the middle schoolers look at what's on television and what's available on their iPads and their Chromebooks and so on, it's a real wow relative to their exposure, and some of it is negative, and once in a while, when the moment is right, we talk about some of the negativity. But anyway, children are still children, and if there's nobody around and I'm walking down the hall and I see a child skipping, I don't say anything. We don't run in the halls, but that's a child being a child.
Hey, Dr. Clare, is there any teacher that you can remember who inspired you?
Yes. At Tonawanda High School, Robert Lloyd, Lloyd, lived to 102. He was my inspiration, and I had the great pleasure of telling him on 3 different occasions that after my father, he was the most inspiring person in my life.
You have an incredible story, and we thank you so much for joining this morning. Congratulations, Dr. Clare, on an incredible career, and best wishes in your retirement.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me on this morning.